Howdy all you happy campers, it's Hunter Pruitt, the RV Hunter, down here at McLean's RV in Sanger, Texas. Texas's largest RV center with 24 service bays, full service KOA campground, where we sell the most premier brands, Winnebago, chaise, and Grand Design. And today, of course, I'm in a Grand Design and actually a toy hauler. You can typically tell from this front bedroom, but that's where we're bringing y'all a rare opportunity out there in the YouTube world, because Grand Design is actually connected with some of the most popular YouTubers, changing lanes to design the biggest, baddest toy hauler floor plan in the industry. And they took user feedback, mainly calling for things like a bed slide toy hauler floor plan, and then just expounded upon it, just adding a lot of neat features into a very usable floor plan. But we're gonna start up here in the bedroom, work our way back. So I give you the RV Hunter scouting report. This is a 46-foot, 8-inch toy hauler. As it sits, it's about 17,000 pounds with the generator dry, about 20,000 pound gross overall, 3,600 pounds in the bed, over 120 gallons of fresh water, over 150 gallons of gray, and then over 50 gallons of black, means that you are able to disconnect, go away, go to all the best spots, and be fully set up for long-term camping. Because again, Grand Design is one of only 4 fifth wheel brands that's actually rated, warranted for full-time use. We'll get into some of that in terms of the bones of the camper, but in terms of the actual layout, this isn't even your typical bed slide toy hauler from Grand Design. Changing lanes crammed in a lot here. And again, we want your feedback on some of the new design changes too that you're going to see across the whole Grand Design line. They did a neat two-tone, added some more woodwork up in this slide. Now all the window valances are actually framed out. Great blackout shades all the way through. This again is the king bed option. You do have awesome storage underneath this bed. It is all gas assisted. Little spots along either side. You're going to notice over on this left-hand side something I want to point out first and foremost on Grand Designs, and that is the even flow heat system. This is the only fifth wheel in the industry that you will come up into any elevated area, whether or not it be the front cap or on like the solitudes, the rear kitchen or rear elevated living room, and you won't see any floor vents. That is crucial whenever you're trying to use this camper. If you've got dogs, you're walking through here, you don't want to step on it. That is awesome in the fifth wheel, not having floor vents even up in this elevated area. But in terms of the front cap closet, this is a brand new redesign in the 2020, late 22s or early 23 models, where you have this adjustable closet, swings to either side. You do have the washer dryer connections in this middle portion, but then it actually gives you, whether or not you want to put a combo or stackable unit here, it's easy to duct out the side. But you actually have a fixed his and hers closet. And the utilization of this space now with them moving the deep washer dryer compartment into the middle, this is awesome. Solid wood, drawer bottoms, very deep. And then the same on this side. But you're probably saying, Hunter, this looks like a lot of bed slide fifth wheels. And that closet's pretty neat, but what else is different about it? Well, of course, you have a wardrobe. Grand Design for years has had the secret gun or jewelry storage, along with all these deep drawers here. But Grand Design took it a step further. Look at the second wardrobe. Not only do you have a his and hers closet, you have a his and hers wardrobe, which again, for those of you who are going full time, one of the biggest challenges is finding a place for all your clothes. And that's not a challenge in this model. It's also not a challenge to actually stay comfortable entertaining at night. If you're wanting to disconnect, separate, you actually have a Roku Smart TV TCL up here. Great windows, you got the side windows up front. And you'll notice that this actually has 3 ACs. All 3 are 15,000 BTUs. And that is very uncommon. Not only that, but they're fully ducted throughout with a stealth AC ductwork, metal ductwork that works as a figure 8. And this is the only camper in the industry that you can run 2 ACs off of 30 amp service, because it already has a soft start installed, which really opens up possibilities for you. If you're going to state national parks that only have 30 amp hookups, you can't keep this camper cooled. I don't care about it. It's got R45 insulation in the subfloor, R40 in the roof, R11 in the walls. This is better insulated than most people's brick and mortar houses, but still at 47 feet, 1 AC is not going to cut it. I don't care how it's ducted. But you have 2 ACs with a soft start AC that is going to do more than enough to keep it fully cooled. But again, even in the winter months, like we talked about the even flow heat system, before I get into the rest of the floor plan, I want to talk about just a minute the bones of the camper, because this subfloor, even in this upper elevated area, is marine grade decking. It won't wick water whatsoever. It's got a 25-year warranty, almost as long as I've been alive. And that marine grade decking, it's also going to be a lot more stable back in your toy hauler compartment. But it doesn't wick wick water, and it's virtually impossible for water to even get into this camper because of how they frame their windows. Every single Grand Design, the windows, the doors, and the baggage doors are all framed with aluminum framing. They seal it 4 times. Not just butyl putty that you see on all these other models that ooze in the heat and crack in the cold. This has got Mylar tape, PVC foam tape, die-cut PVC, and silicone. That's got a 25-year life expectancy as well. Good for negative 60 degrees up to 220, so it's truly 4 seasons rated. Between that, the insulation factor, and the marine grade decking, this camper is rated to live in and go all 4 seasons. But this bedroom area, between the his and hers closet, the his and hers wardrobe, the new positioning of the washer dryer connection, was great input, not just from Changing Lanes, but other YouTubers and campers out there. But then this bathroom area, you're gonna find is really unique. The prototype had 2 sinks here, but I think this is better utilization of the space. I'm glad that Changing Lanes took some more user feedback. They have a backlit mirror here, which is very nice. Super deep sink, solid surface counter even here in the bathroom. And even more storage here. And then I love that because this is kind of a pass-through bathroom, it'd be really difficult to pass through it if somebody was on the toilet, right? But this toilet, they actually put in its own partition back area. It's got a max air fan for obvious reasons. They are going to be actually positioning this toilet even a little bit further back to give you a little bit more leg room. Again, Grand Design always being in tune with their customers' needs. Have identified that placement, they've adjusted a few things in terms of the placement of the heater. But that's where, again, we want you to provide some feedback. Please engage with us so that we can relay some of these design ideas to Grand Design. But then up here, good towel storage. Look at this real wood construction back here. Nice tones. Actual towel hooks here. And then a deep step-in fiberglass shower. Some people, oh, I don't know, I don't want to mention their brands, but I've seen a tile-look shower. Yeah, it's just a plastic screen inside that needs sealant at the bottom. This is all one-piece fiberglass. I've got at least a full foot above my head, and the 4 shower heads that you've seen on the Solitudes and Momentums for about a year, along with the teak wood seat, in my opinion, is the best shower arrangement in the whole industry. Because ladies, you shave their legs, you do not want to see my legs. But then also, I have a place to sit. Good shower caddies here, and again, the 4 shower heads that actually have good water pressure too. Now, as we go down into the living area, this is where we also really want your feedback. There's been a few different design ideas in this area. I think what they've come up with is exceptional. But back here, this comes one of 2 ways. You can either have this super sofa with 5 recliners, the N2 massage and heat have USB ports in them, or you can have 2 recliners with a dinette here. It's a matter of your family, your living arrangement, but there is an option either way. But notice no carpet anywhere on the slides. It's all linoleum. And this is the more high back Thomas Paine furniture that does massage and heat again and recline fully horizontal. You still get the full wood framed valances all the way around these windows, and huge windows at that to really let in a lot of natural light. Here we have an awesome island to where if you were just going to use the super sofa, you'd still have a place to sit and eat with these nice little bar stools. Good coffee hutch area, outlets up top, your max air fan control, storage up above, Rockford Fosgate sound system in here, ceramic tile backsplash, still solid wood, and good utilization of the space underneath. And for a pantry, it's pretty significant. You could get a lot in here. LED light strip that runs all the way down, so not just your top shelf is illuminated. Notice the rainbow lights that we have up above. You can put that to any color. Have it strobe, really make it customizable to your fit, because this one-touch control panel that we'll look at over here, this can control your lights, your jacks, your slides, your awnings, everything, and control through your phone app. The entire camper, including your generator. It's just really nice. And now on the 2023s, there's actually auto gen start, to where, and that's something that's only been available on motorhomes before, but you can actually set a temperature in the camper and your generator will kick on automatically, start up the ACs, to where if you're leaving dogs in here while y'all are going out riding with your toys, you have peace of mind that the dogs are still going to be comfortable whenever you come back. And that's essential when you're bringing along the whole family, including the furry ones. Now, the slide controls currently for an override, because when this slide comes in, that is behind here, they still gave you redundancy switches, so you're not just reliant on that. Nice grab handle, storage up underneath these steps, good little cork board here, central vacuum up along this side, and just again, really good utilization of the space. Now, this televator, super neat feature, raises and lowers up and down right above the 5,000 BTU faux fireplace, storage up above. There have been comments on this floor plan. There's people who have been anxiously awaiting it since even the last September RV show. And there was comments of uncertainty about the proximity to the stove, to the fireplace. Grand Design's reassured that, again, they've taken every precaution in terms of heat. Now, if you're just really hung up on just that one feature, don't let it keep you from getting this awesome 47-foot toy hauler, because Grand Design has an option to where this can all be one counter piece all the way across, and they'll move the TV mounting port up here to where it actually might have a little bit better viewing angle if you did the super sofa off over that side. But that's where, please provide your feedback, any concerns you have. There's a way around it, especially if you find a good dealer like McLean's and a good manufacturer like Grand Design that has a heart for you. But in terms of the 4-burner cooktop, it's fantastic. Really deep oven here. Microwave up top. And additional storage up over, which is mirrored by storage above the fridge. This is a 12-volt inverted residential fridge. But now on Grand Designs, all of ours at McLean's, for the most part that I've seen, now have included the 660 watt solar panel package, which is just incredible. It used to only come with a 330 watt. They say that the 330 watt would keep up with this fridge even on a cloudy, overcast day, only needing 30% of its charge. Now you've got 660 watts, upgraded solar controller, charger, and that's just going to allow you to actually stay connected and boondocking when you're disconnecting. Again, you got the generator, 5500 Cummins Onan, with the 60-gallon auxiliary fuel tank that's going to pick up the slack from there. But if you really are chasing 70 degrees utilizing your 12-volt systems, this new solar package, you have USB ports inverted. You're going to be able to run the majority of this coach just off your batteries, especially when you get with our parts department and upgrade to lithium. Now, something that I love that Grand Design has done since, I guess it's been a little over a year now, is this half-divided sink. They ended the debate with having, instead of just having a wash and a rinse side or having one big basin, they've given you the best of both worlds. Corian surface counters again here. And then if we look under here, this is one of the most genius uses of space in the island. You can tell that it had a lady's touch here with a little pull-out drawer, place for the trash can, USB ports again here, and then even more drawers along this side. So if you look at your actual usable space between the pantry, this hutch, all this storage here, the storage up over the top, you have a very functional kitchen and living space, especially if you're entertaining upwards of 5. But again, know that there is an option here for the televator. Don't let that hold you up on this floor plan, because that's only been really the only criticism of it. But again, we want that feedback, so please engage. But as we go back to this garage, I love that changing lanes when having a 47-footer, they did maximize the bedroom, the bathroom, the living space, but they still gave you a 13.5-foot garage that's functional for almost every side-by-side and toy. This has the optional half bath here, still porcelain toilet as you'd expect from Grand Design, and a little sink there for any of your guests who are staying in this Happi-Jac bunk system that raises and lowers, of course. You do have 4 TVs on this bad boy. You got one back here on this mount that can actually swivel down. Have one outside that we'll focus on here in a little bit, the televator, and then the one in the bedroom. Storage that they utilized up above. And then this whole Happi-Jac bed system. This is actually redesigned if you're familiar with the Momentums. Just a little bit different look here with these Happi-Jac beds. A little bit more gray color. Still got the flip down cup holder. And then of course both of these flip right over. If you're unfamiliar, you haven't watched any of our other videos on how to actually get this top bed down. These little pins flip over in each corner. You're not having to pull out anything up top. and then when you raise it all the way up, it'll disengage it from its resting position right here, put it onto this Happi-Jac bed, and bring it down halfway to the stopping plate here, to where you can sleep actually 4 full grown adults comfortably. But then the main feature of this, not only being able to store a toy once this raises all the way up, or the beds can fold flat against the wall if you have something that's taller than it is wide, but then when this back patio lowers, you've got the most scenic view out the back, these 3-season garage doors with glass that raises and lowers, and a brand new patio system that is very easy to put out. It swings right out. It doesn't leave any gaps for kids or little dogs to get out. But then you're actually turning what's a 47-foot fifth wheel into over 55 feet once you put the patio down in terms of actual usable space. And so you are setting up camp for real on this guy. And then bringing everything along with you that you need, including having enough sleeping space. Obviously, with this Happi-Jac system, you could sleep 2 people, 5 people comfortably on those recliners. You also have the bunk up top that we didn't focus on whenever we were in this area, but it is the full width of the camper all the way across. Kiddos love that space because there's little outlets up there. You got another Max Air fan in this space. You get new pendant lights. Would love your feedback also on Grand Design's design that they've been doing now. And I missed something in terms of even more utilization of the kitchen space too. You know, we try to open up every cabinet, pull on every door so you can actually get a good visualization of the space instead of just pictures online. But I'd like to go outside, focus on a few of the things out there, because this is actually a TH series Momentum, which means it's got a drop frame chassis, full painted fiberglass front cap, every bell and whistle that's available from Grand Design. And so let's go on outside and look at a few of those things before we wrap up. Well, in terms of having the biggest, baddest rig that can not only bring along everything, but also everybody that you need, I mean, heck, you almost have enough sleeping space down here for 2 full-grown people. That's the nice thing about stepping up even above the M or the G-Class Momentum to the TH series, is you have this drop frame chassis here, still with that 25-year marine-grade decking on the subfloor, but the amount of headspace that you get down here and storage space, truly, again, it is heated. And you could lock some kids down here and they'd still be there in the morning because there ain't no safety latches. So Rick, don't do that to me before this video is done. But it's neat because you also have your Rockford Fosgate stereo control right out here. So you don't have to run all the way back inside. It is, of course, Bluetooth still. But it's kind of nice that they gave you the amp and controller out here as well. Your central vacuum so you can hose off this or clean out this space as well. Hose is here. You've got gas-assisted motor-ride steps with the additional grab handle. But they gave you 2 compartment doors. They did that intentionally instead of one big one. That way they could get additional cross member across here to make sure that the structure is solid. You look at this structure and you see a forced air duct there. This is staying fully heated and closed and stable in all sorts of weather conditions and while going down the road. This is your solar controller here, your tire pressure monitor system, 2 battery disconnects, and your motion sense lighting. You have 2 30-pound propane tanks on either side, a hydraulic leveling, your 5500 Cummins Onan generator on the front. The nice thing also about the TH series toy hauler is it does come with this MORryde pin box. This has rubber shear springs in it that has 3 inches of give. You compare that to any of the other Momentums on the line that aren't the TH series, like the 397 TH. You're gonna have a little bit more chucking behind you, we call it. But this takes a really good ride. And you pair that with the MORryde CRE 3000 suspension, you're going to take potholes in stride and really not even feel this heavy coach behind you. Now again, it's 3,600 pound hitch weight. I've got a 1-ton single wheel truck and it's going to push my truck, even at a 2020. There are some single wheels that can tow it, but really if you're going long distances, I'd encourage you to get a dually, certainly. But you look at the underneath of the slides, solid, no plastic liner, no plastic rollers underneath. Schwintek up here, solid hydraulic rack and pinions. Grand Design is still accommodating the boondockers. They have not switched to the tankless water heater on the Momentums. They still want to offer both the gas and electric compatibility instead of just gas. But if you look at the Nautilus system, this is one of the only models you'll see with the full Nautilus system that's super easy to use and an inline water filter with your low point drains actually enclosed in this pass-through storage, not exposed to the elements, and a forced heat duct right there next to it to make sure that even in the coldest of temperatures, your camper is not freezing going into the camper. You have your furnace here, and as we go along the back, you're really going to get a sense of how large this rig is at 46 feet 8 inches. It is a beast, but the nice thing is that if you're wanting to lighten your load without throwing kids or luggage overboard, because again, you got over 120 some odd gallons of fresh water on this rig, you have a really convenient fresh tank pool also. Excuse me, the fresh tank pool here. That's a feature that Grand Design puts on their coaches that not very many do, to where if you're wanting to lighten the load or just keep your fresh tank from getting stale, you can dump that entire 120 gallon tank in less than a few minutes instead of relying on the red and blue PEX lines to slowly drain that over the course of several hours. This is a triple axle. You got the Cooper H-rated tires, 17.5 inches, all steel rims. They are solid, got a 5-year warranty on them, the axles, the wheels, and the tires, 5-year warranty on the decals, 18 years on the roof, 1 year hitch to bumper, 3-year structural, and again, 25 years on the subfloor decking. Here's your auxiliary fuel tank on the back that's both utilized for the generator. It'll have a gauge here, and for the actual pump, if you're gonna fuel up your toys whenever you get to your destination. Patio door here that we of course have locked, and then the ladder to get up on the roof. Something I like to mention about Grand Design's build quality that if you don't know is that this is of course a full walk-on roof as you'd expect, but this slide out is actually a walk-on slide out that can support 250 pounds. And it's really a testament of its construction because of the triple stacked I-beams that are above those slide outs. This patio ramp door, it is now weather rated. I wouldn't still leave it out in the rain, but they say it's more weather resistant, and it is also a zero gravity, very easy to lift patio door. And you've also got 4 awnings. We talked about 4 TVs, but if you're looking at the important stuff, and that's your outside entertaining space, you have 4 awnings, residential frameless windows that you can open while it's raining. They added an additional 4th step a few years back to be able to get into the garage a little bit easier. So of course you have the dual entry, and then your outside TV here that is also a smart TV, and the Rockford Fosgate sound system that actually has LED lights inside of it as well. But again, in terms of if you are looking and you Google biggest, baddest toy hauler rig in the industry, 46 feet 8 inches, designed by YouTubers, designed modified by YouTubers, this is it. Again, this is a 2023 Grand Design Momentum 410TH. Really hope that you've enjoyed getting a sneak peek on one of the very first ones to roll offline at the factory. We'd love to see you down at any of our 5 conveniently placed locations here in Sanger, Denton, Rockwall, Fort Worth, or Oklahoma City. We've done the research over 60 years, found the best brands, not just at the point of purchase, but after sale experience, and specifically Grand Design is super accommodating to those full-timers. They have traveling mobile technicians where if you have a coach down, trip ending situation where like your slides won't come in, your jacks won't come up, you're not a sitting duck and you don't have to worry about how you're gonna bring it into a dealer, because they will come to you. And they've also really streamlined the consumer to manufacturer experience on the service side of things, where they'll communicate directly with you. But of course, we have the largest RV service center here in the state of Texas, 24 service bays, and last month, 75% of our service claims were handled on the same day. The other 25% took less than 2 weeks. And that's phenomenal if you compare that to what else is out there in our industry. But again, we'd love to be a resource for your search. Again, this is Hunter Pruitt, the RV Hunter. Really appreciate you watching this video on the 2023 Grand Design Momentum 410TH. Hope you enjoyed. Please give us feedback and let us know what else you'd like to see. But until then, stay happy camping. Take care.